Yep, we're back, second channel. It's been a long time. I know, I'm sorry, I apologise. I started this channel, hyped everything up for, 4 videos, and then 2 weeks of absolute silence. I've been so busy, I've had so much stuff to do, back to work. The international break was on, I wasn't talking about that. And yeah, I've just totally neglected it, but we're back now. I've got a green screen too for this, but I've just not put it up yet, so hopefully that's functioning for the next set of second channel videos. But the Champions League is back. Cue the music, put it on. Better not, actually, because UEFA tend to strike you down whenever they can when it comes to copyright. Yeah, Champions League's back. I'm very excited. Yes, it provides a lot of disappointing games for being Europe's premier competition, and yes, it is competed with bums rather than champions, but we are still going to be in for a feast of football, and it starts on Tuesday. I cannot wait. We've then got the Europa League on Thursday. It's going to be crazy with all the European football being back and seeing all the new faces and the new teams, the new look teams playing against each other. Ronaldo at United, Messi at PSG. It is really an exciting season for the Champions League. And of course, last year, the upsets in European football, Inter Milan stopping Juventus's reign of terror, you could say. They had Leo winning Ligue 1, Sporting Portugal, Sporting Club de Portugal. They were brilliant too. All these different teams across Europe that caused so many shocks, ready to take it to the big stage now in the Champions League. So today we are predicting what I think will happen in the groups. I think that was a rather long intro, so let's cut the shite. Let's get into predicting. If you want to see a Europa League group prediction, which includes of course Celtic, make sure to smash that like button and we'll get onto that as well for this week. But let's talk about the Champions League groups, and let's get up the first group of the competition. Let's get up Group A, which is a very tasty group, as we all know, lads. Club Brugge, unlucky for them. Yep, they're stuck in there. Manchester City, PSG, and Rasenballspor Leipzig in the first group. Very tasty, of course. Bruges have been drawn the short straw. I mean, Jack Hendry defending against Lionel Messi is going to be incredible to watch, to say the least. I look forward to it. But Man City and PSG, the two you could say favourites to win this competition, fighting from the very start. I think it's safe to say they'll finish as the two top sides. Now, I would love to see Leipzig push and maybe even create an upset. They done it last year when they were handed a tough group with PSG and Manchester United. They could do it again, but I just think that Pep City and this super PSG side is going to be far too good. I'm going to go ahead and throw in PSG to top the group, Manchester City to come second, Leipzig to come third. They will go far in the Europa League if they do drop down to that competition. Bruges, however, I just don't have a lot of hope for them. You know, they are a decent enough side, but I mean, you're playing 3 giants of the modern European game, and it's going to be very difficult. All eyes on PSG, the pressure on them to win the whole tournament, you could say. Pep Guardiola's only got a couple of more tries at Man City too. They really need to get off to a good start, good impressions. Their games, City and PSG, are going to be very exciting to watch, especially with Messi being so tied in with City throughout that transfer window. It'll be interesting to see that. B, we've got AC Milan, who are back in the Champions League for the first time in God knows how long. Atletico Madrid, Liverpool and Porto, a very good group once again. Of course, Celtic had the pleasure of taking on AC Milan last season in the Europa League. We got a glimpse of what they're like. Atletico Madrid winning didn't even mention that in the intro when I was talking about upsets over Europe. Atletico Madrid winning the La Liga, stopping the Real Madrid Barcelona dominance. Liverpool, I hate them, but they're there anyway. And Porto, who are obviously a decent enough side. Once again, I look at Porto in this group and I go, do I have much faith in them being able to top these 3 other sides? I'm not so sure, even though, yes, they're a decent side. You're looking right away at Liverpool and Atletico going, that should be the two. They should be the two that will finish first and second in the group. Going to be brilliant to see that again. Remember, I still have very vivid memories of the last sort of hurrah before COVID struck, and it was Liverpool and Atletico Madrid who were playing in I believe it was the last 16 of the Champions League. It was on my birthday, actually, and Diego Simeone was loving it. I think Atletico are going to top the group. I really do. I'm going to put them at the top of the group, Diego Simeone's side. They've got Griezmann back on loan as well this season, haven't they? They've got a decent side. I'm not a massive watcher of the old Spanish football, but I just think they're a better side than Liverpool at the moment. despite losing Saul as well. I'm just going to take any opportunity I can to put Liverpool down. Look, Liverpool are great, brilliant side, but I just feel like, they've not got enough depth in that side to try and compete with the big boys in Europe this season and win the Champions League. It's going to be so difficult for them to go in and play in the Premier League at a high level every weekend, and then play in the Champions League against Atletico Madrid, AC Milan and Porto without picking up little fitness issues here and there. So I'm going to put them second in the group. January's big for Liverpool. I think they need some reinforcement. Third, I'm going to go for AC Milan, and fourth, I'm going to go Porto. Group C, it's actually quite an exciting group. I mean, this might be looked at as one of the lesser groups of the competition, but I really like it. We've got Ajax in there, Besiktas, Borussia Dortmund, and Sporting Club de Portugal, Sporting Lisbon. 4 decent sides. And I'm looking forward to it. Of course, a man who has a slight liking for Borussia Dortmund as a Bundesliga man. I like to see Dortmund do well. I like to see Dortmund do well in the Champions League. The reason I started liking Dortmund was that run that they had in 2012-13. When they got to Wembley in the final. Should they top this group? Yes, probably should, because they have a significantly more talented squad than the other 3 sides. Is that significantly more talented squad necessarily playing to its best at the moment? Maybe not. That makes it a bit more interesting. However, Haaland himself should be able to carry this side to the top of this group. I would be shocked if he doesn't. If they don't finish top of this group, it is a concern, I think. Now, I know it's the start, it's only the beginning of the Marco Rosa era. You could say era. I know it's only the start, and it has been ropey. It has been a bit interesting to watch so far, you could say. But it'll go well. It'll come, and I think you'll see that throughout this group. So I'm going to say Dortmund to top the group. Second, I'm going to go for Sporting. I don't look at Ajax as strong as a side as they were a few years ago when they got to the semi-finals. They've went through a lot of changes. Still a very good side, of course, but I think Sporting will finish second in this group. I really do. I like the look at their side. I think that, winning the league last season for the first time, 17 years or something, is going to push them on that little bit further too. I'm going to go for them second. Third, I'm going to go for Ajax to drop into Europa League. And fourth, I am going to go Besiktas. If you expect me to tell you anything about Besiktas, you're on the wrong channel. I know nothing. Group D, another decent enough group. Sheriff in there. Unbelievable. Sheriff Tiraspol. Where is it they're from again? It's Moldova. That's madness. The champions of Moldova in there, Sheriff Tiraspol. And people say that Celtic aren't good enough to get to the Champions League anymore. We just don't drive ourselves. We should be there. Sheriff. Well done to them. Fair play. It's a shame they're going to finish rock bottom of the group. I would be stunned if they managed to get more than 2 points. Maybe 1 point. I don't know. Shakhtar Donetsk, they're always in and about there. Real Madrid and Inter Milan and Italian champions at the moment. It's going to be interesting to see them play as Italian champions in the Champions League once again. It's been a long time since that sentence has been uttered. They've not won the league since when, 2010 or such. That's going to be interesting. Real Madrid as well, not a great side at the moment. Certainly not the Real Madrid that we've known for the last 5 to 10 years and dominating the Champions League. Shakhtar, I think, will probably come in at third place in this group, if I was being honest. So I'm going to put them in at third. Between Real and Inter, I think Inter losing Lukaku is pretty big. Yeah, they've done some little bits of business here and there. It's been good, but on the whole, losing him is going to make it hard, I think, to compete. But Real Madrid, they didn't impress me too much the Champions League last year. Whenever I sat down to watch them, I believe they played Shakhtar Donetsk last year. And I remember watching Real Madrid and Shakhtar Donetsk last season, and I was watching Real Madrid, and I was thinking, Christ, they have fallen off quite a bit. I'm still going to put Real to top the group. I'm going to put Inter at second, Shakhtar at third, and Sheriff at fourth. Barcelona, Bayern Munich, Benfica and Dynamo Kiev. A few years ago, Barcelona and Bayern would have been mouth-watering. It would have been beautiful. And you know what? With Messi still being there even this season, it could have been decent. Now, Bayern must be looking at that as much of a threat as, Freiburger or any other Bundesliga side that is just mid-par. Barcelona are finished, man. Finished. Watch them go and win the Champions League now that I've said that. However, they should still probably finish in the top 2 of this group. They have once again, just like I was saying with, Borussia Dortmund. Just like Borussia Dortmund, they've got a significantly better squad there than Benfica and Dynamo Kiev. However, I wouldn't be shocked if Benfica can maybe push them Really, Bayern are going to top the group. Bayern are a team who I ultimately think are still, now that PSG are the way they are, maybe not, but I still look at Bayern as maybe the best team in Europe. Maybe that's being challenged now with the way that PSG is, and maybe even with the way Man City have been on the rise as well. But Bayern Munich, top of the group, easy. That's done. I think they'll be fine up there. Barcelona should come surely. I don't want to give any wild claim because surely they should still finish second. Don't think they'll go much further in the competition, but got to go second for Barcelona. Benfica in third, Dynamo Kiev in fourth. There's my Group E for you. Group F, Atalanta, Manchester United, Villarreal and Young Boys. Of course, I'll probably be rooting for Manchester United to win the Champions League. Not that I'm fussed. I'm not going to cry if they don't. I'm not going to go off my nut if they do, but I'd probably decide I'd want to see win it. Yeah, they should come top of the group. Ronaldo now, sorry, I banged the mic there a moment ago. Ronaldo being at Man United now, makes Manchester United decide who have, I think, a little bit of expectation now in this competition. Ronaldo is a serial winner. You should be rubbing off in the squad, and United haven't challenged for the Champions League in God knows how long now. 2011 was the last time they made it past the semi-finals. So yeah, I think that you're looking at United this season and thinking, well, it's now or never to sort of stake a claim as one of Europe's top sides. Because I think if Ronaldo's only there 2 years and they don't do it in the next 2 years, how long is it going to take before they can chat? I don't know. They've got good young players coming through as well, I suppose. But yeah, they're going to top the group, I think. They should. They have to get consistency down to it, though. They need to. In Europe, they've been far too inconsistent. Well, they were last season anyway. They fucking went over to Paris, beat PSG, and then they lose to fucking Istanbul Başakşehir. You need to sort that. Villarreal, the old enemy, you could say, after the Europa League final, the Yellow Submarine. What a brilliant story that is. I think they could finish second in this group. I like Atalanta. I rate Atalanta, but they've lost a couple of big guys, big names. Christian Romero leaving. Yeah, I think Atalanta will come third. Young Boys to come fourth, I would say. But Manchester United need to win that group. They need to. And they really need to go far in this competition, I think. It's been far too long that United have accepted European mediocrity. And I know they won the Europa League back in 2017, and I know that they got to the final last year, and that's okay, that's decent. But Man United aren't a Europa League side or team. Or club, sorry. They should be going for, they've only won 3 European Cups when their biggest rivals have won 6. They should be challenging for more. So, yeah, I'm going to United top the group, and the rest, as I said. Group G, I want to look at Group G and go, yeah, do you know what, that actually is a really interesting group, but I must admit, it just doesn't tickle my fancy at all, Group G. It is going to be, I think, the least watched group for myself. Lille, Salzburg, Sevilla and Wolfsburg. A group that is, full of surprises in a way. Lille winning Ligue 1 last season was massive. Christ, it's going to be a struggle for them to replicate anything near that this season. Salzburg, a team who have been on such a great progression, and when Jesse Marsch was manager, they were just on such a nice little journey. Sevilla, I suppose. Sevilla just always seem to be Sevilla. They're always just there or thereabouts. And Wolfsburg, they've had a great rise over the past few years. They were struggling for a long while. Now they're back in the Champions League. Yeah, so it's an interesting group to an extent. I just don't think the games will be too entertaining. Well, they might be. Who knows? This is difficult. I think Sevilla will probably top the group, if I'm being honest with you. I think Sevilla will top the group. Lille and Wolfsburg are the two sides I look at and go, yeah, they can. I think they'll compete for the second. Salzburg are not a bad team, though. This is where this group is genuinely difficult, because I don't think the gap between these sides are as big as, say, the rest in the other groups. You look at Young Boys to Villarreal and Atalanta, the gap is huge there. I don't think the gap between Salzburg to Wolfsburg or to Lille is that big a difference, that dramatic. So it really is a harder group, I think, in Group G. I'm going to go Sevilla to top it still. I'm going to say second. I'm going to go bold. I'm going to say Wolfsburg for second. They've started magnificently in the Bundesliga this season. 4 wins from 4. Or is it 5 from 5 now, actually? No, I think it's 4 from 4. They could top the group as well. I'm going to go Wolfsburg in second. I'm then going to put Lille in third, and I'm going to say Salzburg to come bottom of the group. Actually, the more I think about it, probably will be a decent watch, this group. And Group H, the final group of the competition. Chelsea, Juventus, my boys Malmo, and Zenit St. Petersburg. the champions of Europe in this group, looking to defend the big cup. They should be top in the group. Juventus are in a state just now. My God, it's quite funny. I must admit, I'm not enjoying the demise of Juventus. I really am. You can't help but kind of laugh at it. But Juventus, I don't think they're going to be able to compete with the likes of Chelsea. Chelsea, especially now with Lukaku in that squad, are going to be looked at as a team who can go far once again and defend that title. I'm going to say them to top the group. Juventus should still be finishing second despite the nick they're in. Malmo, I want to see them do so well. Just love those guys. No, in all seriousness, I think Malmo will come bottom of the group. I do. I think Zenit will probably finish third in there, and Malmo in fourth. The top twos, once again, one's pretty set in there. But Juventus need to buck up their ideas, because Zenit and Malmo will push them. If they know the opportunity is there, they will push them. There's teams in Italy who are worse than Zenit, and maybe even Malmo, who are beating Juventus in a minute. That's how bad the Juventus are right now. So let's see how it goes. But I'm going to go Chelsea, Juventus, Zenit, Malmo for Group H. And that's it. There we go. That's all my groups predicted for the Champions League 2021-22. Now, I can't go on any further and do a kind of brackets prediction or anything like that, because, you know, the Champions League's done in a drawing system rather than the Euros, which is actually laid out in a path for who will play who. So, if I was to give a grand prediction as to who I think will win the Champions League this year, I would be foolish to suggest anyone other than PSG. PSG are a side that should be winning it, and I think should be embarrassed if they don't win it. They now have the best player of all time in their squad, who is now playing alongside the best youngster in the world right now, who's playing alongside the best South American. No, he's not the best South American because Messi's South American. The best basically Neymar, Mbappe, and Messi should not be losing. They shouldn't be. They've got Donnarumma goals, which is just marvellous. They've got bloody Achraf Hakimi. They've got Sergio Ramos. This is a side that you just... If Poch does not win things with this team, I will be stunned. Absolutely stunned, and it'll just back up everything I think about him being an overrated manager. But yeah, PSG, I can't look past them. I would love to see United go on and win it. I would like to see a push from a surprise team as well. I'd love to see Dortmund go on and try and do it, but being realistic, it's just got to be PSG, I think. Don't know why I would suggest anyone else, because Man City are never going to win the Champions League. Like and subscribe. See you next time.